Relative to what? Minority women have been living the phenomenon that I've described for almost 30 years. So I would say they're ahead of us in this end of men phenomenon. In other words, what William Julius Wilson described in When Work Disappears, and how society in sort of inner city and largely African American America, kind of how the disappearance of manufacturing jobs for high school educated men kind of upended that society and turned it into a largely matriarchal society. That happened over the last 30 years, and now that's happening to up and up the classes into different races, into Latino women and white women. So in a way, yes, the end of men is true for African American women. But if you take African American women, so for example, if you take college, let me just stay on that for a minute. If you take college educated African American women, and was it law professor Richard Banks? I hope I have his name right. Talked about this. It's very hard for them to find someone to marry. That's not just like something you read in Ebony magazine. That's statistically true, that an African American college educated black woman is much less likely to be married than a white college educated woman. But relative to white women, no. I mean, there's still discrimination and sexism, and no part of this argument is designed to argue that there isn't sexism or difficulty for black women or white women in the workplace. It's just kind of a statistical reality, but just because it's a statistical reality doesn't mean that like any of society has changed around it. It's just the situation of women in this economy, and we still have discrimination against all kinds of women.